Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So the name of my channel is called The Crap I Buy. So I buy a lot of crap that I don't necessarily need, but it sometimes is good crap, sometimes bad crap. But it's up to you guys to decide. I just need to fix the light. Oh, ooh, no. Yeah, that looks better. So I talk about stuff that I buy, that I spend my money on, and you know what? At the end of the day, it's up to us to decide if it's worth or not. But I basically like trailblaze to buy it, and then I can tell you guys if it's shit or not. So today we're gonna talk about something that is actually very sensitive because we're gonna talk about mental disorders and specifically ADHD. So I've been diagnosed with ADHD and I take medications for it. And I take Adderall every single day. And that's what we're gonna talk about. Like, is Adderall crap or not? So ADHD, there's different type of ADHD, different type of symptoms of ADHD. So if you have ADHD or you think you have ADHD, get a professional to assess you. But it's really hard to get assessed because you can go there and tell like the psychiatrist, oh yeah, I have like no attention, like low attention span, and and gonna be like, okay, you have ADHD. Like it's hard to probably get diagnosed because sometimes people with not no ADHD get short attention span. Sometimes your mind get overthink or you get restless, get anxiety, depression. It's hard because you can just bullshit and just say some stuff to get some Adderall from to the psychiatrist, but it's like, do I have ADHD or do I don't have ADHD? Well, if you even think you have ADHD, you might have ADHD. Because ADHD have many symptoms. So lack of attention is number one. I don't focus for shit. Like people talk to me and sometimes I zone out and I look at them on the eyes, but I blink. So when you blink, it means you're listening, right? So I blink, but I think about something else. And class is, oh my God, like it's just the hardest in class. I focus for like 20 minutes and then I get so freaking bored and I'm like, oh my God, like I don't want to listen, blah, 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 blah. I drift off. I have ADHD with inattentive disorder. There's ADHD with hyperactive disorder. Well, ADHD means hyperactive, inattentive disorder, but some people are more on the hyperactive, some people are more on the lack of attention, Uh, I'm sorry, I smoke cigarettes sometimes, it's not good. So other symptoms, well, you're gonna be disorganized. The reason why you're disorganized because you don't want to take the time to organize yourself because it's boring. So boredom is underlying every single disorder, like every single criteria that you have with ADHD is boredom. You find that most of things are boring. So I feel like cleaning my room is boring. It's not a stimulus because the ADHD has to do with the lack of dopamine reception in your brain. So the receptors that accept the dopamine do not accept as well as normal people. So you need stimulus to increase the dopamine reception. Stimulus, like, I don't know, you see a butterfly and then you're in class, you're gonna look at the butterfly, you're like, ooh, stimulus, ooh, a butterfly, ooh, Remember in school, one of my friends had ADHD, and it was a bird that landed in the window and then died, and then he needed to go outside and throw the bird in the air and make him fly again. Yeah, I didn't do that kind of stuff. I was more inattentive. I was more like, whoa, what's going on? Like, what did they say in class? I have no idea. Oh, Francois, you need to do the homework. Did they do it today? What homework? Like, I didn't know there was an homework. When the hell the teacher said that? Yeah, she said it like 4 times. Like, and you feel like shit. You feel bad about yourself. You feel like you have like a problem and you're different than everybody else. And then other symptoms, well, you have anger, well, sensitivity, hypersensitivity, and lack of impulsiveness or more impulsiveness. Not lack of impulsiveness, but increased impulsiveness. So you're gonna be impulsive. So you're gonna say stuff like you should not say, like you don't have this control of emotion. Somebody would come to you and say like, yeah, I gained so much weight. Yeah, you're fat. Well, you didn't even think that maybe calling the person fat, it's actually wrong. Or the person's gonna talk to you and then you interrupt the person in the middle of a conversation and you're gonna talk about your stuff. You know, oh yeah, I went to the bicycle, blah 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 blah. Like yeah, the pool, the leprechauns. Like, what the hell? And it's hard to socialize. I never had those issues for me, but I know ADHD very well because I read so much about it, and I know people with ADHD. You know, basically, it's hard to socialize because you have all those issues, and then you can be hypersensitive because you feel bad about yourself. You feel you're different. You feel you're broken. You feel there's something wrong with you. You always make mistakes. You never do the things on time. You always disorganized. Imagine working and you get fired and the boss doesn't like you and you're never the best. But you know what? People with ADHD are more intelligent than the normal people because you struggle more. The more struggle you have, the more ways you need to find like things to survive and to succeed. Like, you know, you need to succeed, so you're gonna do so much stuff, like, you know, to cover the disorder, that you're gonna get so much intelligence because you need to find always solutions. People with ADHD are solution-based people. They're gonna be problem solvers because you have to fix everything. Well, you know, my room is a mess right now. I need to clean my room. I need to find a solution because I don't want to clean my room. So maybe I'm gonna put some music. Maybe I'm gonna give me a treat at the end. I'm gonna find a solution. But you always continuously try to find solutions. You missed your homework. One time I missed my homework and it was like 20% of the grade. So I did it during class really fast, and I gave it to the teacher. Say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't put it on computer. I just did it in writing. You know, she took it. She was okay. But solution based, because you're always doing failures. You know, you're always doing something that's not aligned with the norm, because it's like 3% of people have ADHD, around 3%. And at the end of the day, you're still unique and different. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing, because people with ADHD, like I said, are more intelligent. You actually have a gift. ADHD, in my own understanding, is the brain's wired a different way. And usually people, they're all alpha or betas, sigmas and alpha, not betas. Betas are like the normal people, like, you know. Alphas, the brain is wired to take care of a large group. So people with ADHD usually gonna be exceeding and multitasking, exceeding and bossing people around and controlling people around, and they're doing many things at the same time and watching everybody, because your brain is wired to always like think and always like make decisions and always like doing clack 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 clack, think fast. You know, that's my, maybe not my understanding, but my own like invention of like why ADHD like only affect a certain amount of people. And you will always notice that people with ADHD, they're the best people. They're very sensitive. They have a good heart, because you know what it is to be rejected when you're not the same as everybody else. You're not normal, and you try to be normal so much, but you try. It gives you so much good qualities because you always try. So it makes you determined, it makes you persistent, make you like accept failure. You know, some people, they fail one time and then it's done forever. ADHD people, we fail all the freaking time and we never give up. You know, I'm sure that whatever's watching will recognize himself in that. So there's many things you can do for ADHD to get better. So I'm actually in the low spectrum of ADHD. I used to be in the high spectrum, and I brought myself to the low spectrum because I actually been in school for 5 years. My brain get stimulated. I'm always using my brain for something, for memorization. Oh yeah, poor memory as well. One of the symptoms, poor memory for long term. We forget long term and short term, even short term. We forget things, like, you know, I forget names all the time. Like, I have a hard time with names. Such a hard time with names, and a hard time with my information in school that I need to retain for a long time. I always keep forgetting. You have to keep memorizing, but it activates your brain. And, you know, for ADHD, there's medication. So that's what I wanted to talk about. And there's also cognitive behavioral activities you can do. So for medication, there's many types of medication. There's the most popular one is Ritalin, there's Vyvanse, there's Adderall. I take Adderall. I take Adderall twice a day. I take 25 milligrams twice a day. So I take during the morning, and it kind of makes me like just high, but a good high. Like, it makes me like kind of like calm, because I'm always restless. And another symptom is restlessness. I'm like, I have a firecracker down my butthole, and I'm always want to do something. I'm like, oh my god, like, you know. And then Adderall just calm everything down because it stimulates dopamine production. And then when you have no amount of dopamine, then you feel calm. You feel actually you can focus, because the reason why I don't focus, because I feel that things are boring and I need stimulus. But then you give yourself that stimulus, I still find it boring, but I focus more. I can actually sit down and not want to move all the time. I actually can read and do my things properly, you know. I still don't want to clean my room. It's in like, it sucks cleaning your room, but at least if I had to do it, I'll do it. You know, I don't feel like I don't get distracted. I don't feel I need to do a million things. I can just do it, you know. Behavioral connected development is like clean your room. You get the habits of cleaning your room. You get yourself positive rewards at the end. You make fun. You play a game. You do like things like this to do the normal daily tasks that you're supposed to do but you don't want to do. Also, you have brain games you can play. There's a clinic downtown Toronto. It's all the clinic, by the way, since January in Ontario, are not free anymore. It sucks. I don't understand why. They're all private. Sometimes it's $1,000 just to get assessed. Sometimes it's $500 just to get the test. You can get the assessment for free with psychiatrists, but psychiatrists give you a piece of paper and you have to just like like sign like whatever like you have. And that's so easy to bullshit, because you can say, oh, I have everything. I'm ADHD. Okay, get some Adderall. And it's a control substance, so you can only have like this certain amount per month. But some people abuse it. Some people, they sell it. Some people, they do other things with it. It's not right. Like, you know, that should only be for people with ADHD, and that's it. And it's highly addictive. It's like amphetamine. It's like a drug that goes to your brain and do something different in your brain, you know. Like it's highly addictive, so that's why it's controlled, and that's why you can only have a certain amount per month. So basically, yeah, you can do like brain games to develop your brain, because ADHD, there's parts on the brain that's overactive and part of the brain that's underactive. The part of the brain that's underactive is the frontal lobe, and the frontal lobe gets underactivated if you don't take any medication, if you don't do any brain exercise. You need to exercise the frontal lobe. Frontal lobe have to do with impulse control, with emotions, you know, decision making, you know. That's why people with ADHD lack of all of those, because the frontal lobe is underactive. So by doing brain games, you stimulate the frontal lobe, and that's a really good way to activate your brain, and not taking the medication. Some people don't want to take the medication. I taking the medication because, you know what, it makes a big difference on the way I feel and my day, and I feel better, I feel happier, I can function, you know. But if you don't want to take medication, there's always alternative way. Chinese medicine is a good alternative way. There's some Chinese herbs, like the ginkgo formula is good to increase the blood flow in your brain. It's the scientific like studies that's saying some of the Chinese medicine herbs, some of acupuncture points can help with ADHD. You can do the brain training, like I said. You can do cognitive behavior therapy with a therapist that, you know, you talk about it, you find ways to do your task, you know, reward yourself at the end, like I was saying. So why I keep talking about rewarding yourself at the end, because at the end of the day, you get the stimulus. You want a stimulus, so that you wait a little bit, you do your task, you clean your room, and then you buy yourself that chocolate bar you've been craving for a couple of days. And then you see like, oh, when I do something good, I get a reward. Don't buy a $600 Barbie because you clean your room. Like, I don't say that, but just small things, you know, those boots you wanted for a long time. You finish your project in time, then you buy those boots. It works. I always did this, but that's why I started the channel, The Crap I Buy, because that's why I buy a lot of crap. That's the secret of everything, you know, the secret of life. Why Francoise decided to do a YouTube channel, because she buy a lot of crap, because it gave me stimulus, because I'm ADHD. Oh my God, if you guys are watching until now, that's amazing, you know. So Adderall goes around $50 a month, and you get a certain amount per month, And you need basically to get them, you need to go to your GP, your family doctor, and tell your family doctor, you know, I might have ADHD. I'm not sure. So you ask the family doctor, because the family doctor cannot prescribe ADHD medication. Sometimes they do, most of the time they don't, because the control substance. So you need to go get a psychiatrist assessment. Sometimes it takes 1 month, sometimes it takes 3 months, sometimes it takes a year, depending where location you are. And then once you see a psychiatrist, you explain all the symptoms you have. Don't lie. Don't try to get Adderall just because you want to sell them. It's stupid, okay? It's not helping anybody. You become a drug dealer. Like, it just keep them for the people who actually have a disorder, you know. But if people that really have ADHD, you tell the psychiatrist all your symptoms, and most likely they're gonna prescribe it to you. They give you a letter, you give it to your GP, and then the GP can prescribe it afterwards. You know, and it helps. Like, you know, if you never took medication, you're looking for taking medication, it helps me. I feel calmer. I feel better. I can accomplish more. I take Adderall XR. It lasts 12 hours, the effects. So it's even better. After 6 hours, I see the effects diminish. But at least for the first 6 hours, it just gives me this very calmness inside my mind. And then after another 6 hours, then I take another one. Like, I take one in the morning and I take one during the afternoon. And then I feel not restless at night. I usually feel restless at night. I just feel like I'm bored. I have nothing to do. I'm not calm. But anyway, that's pretty much it about ADHD. So if you guys have any questions, put it in the comment section. Please subscribe. I never tell that. Please subscribe. Like, you know, help my channel. Like, you know, I love doing reviews and it's awesome. Put a like button. If you guys want to put a positive comment, it's cool. If you want to put a negative comment, it's not cool. I don't like it. Hurts my feelings. Yeah, because I'm ADHD, I'm sensitive. So that's it. That's my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.